Hey, it is Tuesday night, and we are live. I don't know where my co-host is. I was going to sit this one out because I got stuff I need to do to get ready for festival, and she was going to do it. Good thing I decided to step back into the house, huh? Hey, how's everybody doing? Let's see who we got in the chat tonight. There's Lucy, the Terminator, Skanes Girl, Pat Wiley, somebody we haven't seen in quite a while. Sorry to hear about your daughter's dog there, Terminator. It's rough. Lynn Huffman, the man, the myth, the legend in his own mind. Hope everybody had a great week. Carrie, how you doing? Hey, got a question for you, Carrie. Do you have any of those extra little tasting spoons? I think we may have some stuff that may need tasting, and I don't want to use plastic spoons. Carrie's got these little biodegradable spoons that she gives samples on that are awesome, and I just haven't been able to get any. Well, it's Tuesday, the 22nd. It's been 1 week since we talked to you last. I hope, like I said, I hope everybody had a great week. It's been busy around here. Okay, thank you very much, Carrie. Thank you very much. Oh, Beth Emily popped in. How you doing? Been a busy week, basically getting ready for festival. Angela's been doing a lot of canning and a lot of cooking. She's got a little bit more cooking to do. She made this pot roast the other night. Oh, it was delicious. Only problem was there was something in it that made me extremely gassy. And I apologize if that's a little crude for some people, but man, I was suffering today. I ate it for breakfast today, and I was just hurting all day long. But it was delicious. Like I said, the week has been spent getting ready for festival. We're KSL this weekend. We're leaving in a couple of days. Trying to get everything packed away and ready to go. It is a major chore. Luckily, we don't have to pack as much this time as we did the last two times, because even though the bacon bombs are getting sold for breakfast and she's doing the class, we don't have to do nearly as much packing, nearly as much cooking.
Turk can't decide if she wants to sleep in the tree or not.
Well, just leave her be.
Okay, well, then shut everybody up. So
what have you tell them what you've been doing? I tell them you've been doing cooking. You did apples.
I did apple pie filling. I did apple butter. I did nectarine jam. I did a lot. I did stew. Well, not stew.
Pot roast.
Pot roast.
Told them about your pot roast that made me gassy.
And then now I'm getting everything ready for coleslaw because we got to get the canning class together. I need to do cinnamon rolls tomorrow. And so I'll get those going. And then I need to get cookies done for lunch for Friday. And then, I got a bunch of groceries to pull in because I'm feeding everybody in my class on Friday. And then so
do you know how many people are in there?
Right now there's a couple, and then there's about 12 more slots open for everything I got. If any more show up, I'll just drop ship you the giveaways. And then because you can still sign up at the door, classes start at 8 on Friday in Bowling Green, Kentucky at the university. So come on by. I'd love to see you. I'd love to feed you. And then what else did I do? Okay, that's all apple butter. So I got the coleslaw done. I've got to get everything ready. So we're going to do kind of a meat and soup, but it's going to be a meaty spaghetti sauce. And so, we'll do that. And
spaghetti sauce soup?
Well, kind of soupy, right? Some people were wanting to know how to do soup, so it's the same concept, but they also want to know how to can meat. So the meat's inside there. Yeah, we're canning it for class on Friday. And so I just have to get everything prepped because we don't have a kitchen to cook in. So I'll have to have everything ready. That being said, what we're going to do is we're going to cold pack on Friday, and we'll go over the difference between hot pack, cold pack, and all that stuff, dry canning and that kind of thing. So, so that's what we got going on. And then I got my syrup and everything's ready for coleslaw. I just got done with that. I mean, just a lot. So
Rabbit Cody just made spaghetti tonight.
Sweet.
Way too much spaghetti.
Yeah, can it. And then, shoot, man, I was trying to think. Yeah, so I don't know. So we got everything ready to go, and we'll have, of course, our collector glasses.
What's up, Spags?
We'll be doing the all-you-can-drink lemonade and iced tea for the weekend. So Saturday, it'll be $20. So you'll get that Saturday and Sunday, all you can drink. So, yeah, so we got that going on. I was talking canning near with the lady of the craft fair for Saturday.
She was talking canning at the craft fair on Saturday.
Oh.
So let's see what I do this. I really didn't do that much. Slaughtered a couple of sheep. Butchered one of them out. We end up. So here's what happened. So we got a whole bunch of extra sheep. I'm always complaining about that. So we decided that we needed to put stuff into the freezer. I finally got the commercial freezer cleaned out enough that I could actually clean it. Mm-hmm. We had that power outage, and I've been feeding the dogs the meat out of there for the past 2 months. In fact, she was just talking a little while ago. She said it's been about 3 months since she's had to buy kibble, but finally got it cleaned out enough. And I butchered one. I slaughtered one on Friday and put it in a cooler. Saturday, we did a second one and butchered the first one out. And we had a couple people from the community come over. That was the whole purpose of doing 2 of them at that weekend, because I wanted people to get a class from hacks on how to take care of butchering these animals. And so we did one and got it completely done. I sat down and how much ground meat did I get? 10.5 pounds?
10.5 pounds. That's all sold. And then 9-pound leg of lamb, it's sold. And so I need more ground. We
put up 150 pounds of meat, and then we sold another 100 pounds of it. And so I've got it in the freezer right now. I was not able to process it all, because I don't know about you guys, that processing, I mean, I literally spent 5 hours doing nothing but cleaning and grinding meat, and then semi-butchering that second lamb.
Wait, say that again. You sold 100 pounds?
$100.
Oh, $100. Okay.
Sold $100.
I'm sorry, I thought you said pounds. Yeah. I was like, what?
No, get them, Spags. Get them. But, and that's the whole idea behind that is we need to have this food ready to go. We keep the stuff in the pasture as long as possible. Unfortunately, we're to the point now to where we need to clean the pasture out. We need to get some animals out of the pasture, and haven't been able to sell any. I'm gonna take over doing that after festival's over. I'm gonna see if we can't sell some of the live ones to get the amount of animals down.
Always taking a locker,
but
taking a cell barn, whatever.
But trying to get those taken care of. And it's going to be really important, guys.
Homestead Medical, Chuck.
Hey,
what's
Chuck.
Up? Chuck, too bad you're not going to be in my class. Our lunch is going to be amazing.
Oh, Skane's been showing off her Spags bag. Still got some?
Oh, Spags bag. I need one for.
We've got some.
We do have some back there? Okay, I need one. I thought you gave them all to Will.
No, there were 3 of them that got left here. So
I've got one sold, and it's been on order, but they can't get it. It's a Christmas gift for somebody, and I can't tell you where it is, where it's going to be picked up, because he will know. And so Mama ain't gonna like it if I spill the beans.
Okay.
So, but yeah.
Chuck says he'll be set up right next to you, so you can feed him.
Well, no, it's not the way it works. Take my class.
You take his class.
How am I going to do that if I have to teach my class?
How's he going to take your class? If
I don't know. I guess I'll just have to feed Chuck. I'll put out a little donation jar. For those that don't want Chick-fil-A.
I don't know what she's talking about, guys, because she feeds all the orphans all the time. So if you're an orphan at camp out, you always get fed. Hey, Randy, how's it going? But the whole animal thing. Hacks was telling me that he was talking to somebody at camp out, and they said they were paying $17 a pound for lamb, which is outrageous.
We don't charge that.
Yeah. Well, and
I mean, we can, but there's no need to.
Well, and I don't understand why somebody would pay that much whenever you can get it and have it butchered yourself and pay way less.
Well, yes and no. So we've had some that we've taken a locker and we have missed out on. So, we paid way too much for what that would have been, right? So 48 pounds is our lowest lamb that we've taken a butcher. And that was kind of a waste.
Well, and that was our fault.
Well, even that would have been, if you figure feed and everything, it was about $5. And we, about $5 a pound with that. But I get other stuff too. I get the tallow. He saves me the tallow. I went ahead and put all that in the freezer. I'm not going to get that done until after. I forgot to pick up the waterproof labels. Yeah. I will grab some of the salve. I know Kentucky loves it. I'll grab some. The labels are ugly, but what's inside of it is good.
Yeah.
So if you guys don't mind labels that are not the best, then I will definitely bring those. I know where they're at and we can load them in. And because of the good labels, I'm sold out.
Okay.
So, and then I've got more comfrey cut. It's drying right now. Not in an ideal situation. You said it's supposed to rain this weekend?
No, I didn't.
It's not supposed to rain?
I didn't say that. I don't know.
Okay.
Ryan Hall, y'all said
no rain?
Maybe.
Okay, so I'll probably get that into a screen and put it in the greenhouse to finish drying while we're gone. That way it doesn't, nobody confuses it with garbage.
Or the dog sleeps on it.
Yeah, and the dogs don't sleep on it, so we don't want that. But
Skeins wants everybody to guess what early birthday present her son had for her when she got there. Pray tell, Skeins, what did he get you?
I mean, she's such a squirrel. It could be anything.
A shiny bauble? Something for you to chase after?
Diamonds. I don't know. Hopefully a good flashlight or lantern, something like that.
Hippie cow.
Hey.
There's a new name. I remember. I would remember that name. Hippie cow, yay, Homestead.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, I like that name. That's a good name.
Oh, did you see? I think Chance is going to get another alfalfa cut.
Who is?
The Chances. I think they're going to get another alfalfa cut. Did you notice that coming home?
I didn't.
It's getting tall. It's getting there. I think if we get a couple more inches of rain, they're going to get another cut, which good on them.
They've had this field that she's talking about is on the way home from my work. And they just a couple of weeks ago, they did their 4th cutting this year, which
he was all happy on the second one. And so Chance is all, waving at me to come by and I was just all thumbs up. And, so it's been a blessing around here this year. So wish I could say the same for potatoes and tomatoes. Of course, I know cherry tomatoes did really well. We had a lot of people come over and get those. Had a lot of people come into the orchard and got apples and pears and all kinds of stuff.
The orchard is 3 trees.
We got figs. I don't know what you were talking about. No. There was, I didn't share with you. There were a few.
Oh, see, this is what I have to deal with. I do all the hard work and she profits.
Hey, I picked them.
Devil dog. Hoorah.
Hey,
get your paw off the table.
Yeah.
She's got a dog
in my lap.
She got a dog climbing on her lap.
Yeah. So, ow. Did she get in trouble today? Not this morning. She didn't get in trouble. What are you doing? You got a big butt, and I cannot lie. Well, then she may have had a seizure this morning. She just wasn't doing very well.
Oh.
You have cinnamon rolls. The crowds went out. Okay, so Curie, I was only going to make enough cinnamon rolls for the bacon blast, but I can do that. Now that I got a couple mixers, I can get those done pretty fast.
Oh, she got a portable power station.
Who did? Oh, nice. Oh, yeah, you're gonna
very thoughtful.
Yeah,
very thoughtful of him. You've indoctrinated him into the prepper homesteader cult.
Yeah. About that.
So we were talking this
Joseph
weekend.
G, what's up?
Hey, Joseph G. We were talking. We had one of the community members had a bonfire for Halloween. Every year he does a bonfire and they do a quote unquote haunted haunted trail thing. So we go over there.
And that was fun because the kids are now old enough that they can all participate in it. And I guess like really scared some people. They were concerned that she was hurt because it really looked like a dead body laying there. She did a good job on that. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. It's always good to get with everybody and socialize like that.
Yeah, and we saw people that we haven't seen a lot of because we're all busy doing our own thing, and the community. One thing you'll find whenever you start getting a community growing like ours has is you've got the community as a whole, but people break up into little pockets, and it's not exclusionary. It's just some people have the ability to work on other people's property during the week.
Well, I think that, and then also there you have some that are closer in distance from living next to each other, so you tend to do more with each other.
Yeah, where we're 15 miles away from somebody else may be a quarter mile or 2 miles from them. So you break up into these little groups, and it's nice being able to get together and see everybody, and big bonfire. It's been so dry. We pulled up and they had the sprayer out and the shovel out, and they were beating out grass fire as the flames from the bonfire started moving across the pasture. But they got it out. It wasn't very big. It was only about 50 feet across. The burning was.
Oh,
Gifford's
our British Canadians are back.
British Columbia.
Well, that is Canada.
They're Canadians.
Yeah.
They're Canucks. They're Canucks.
Yeah.
Very nice people.
Yeah.
Very nice people. Most polite people in the world. Except when it comes to warfare. Well, when it comes to warfare, Canadians they kind of invented war crimes in the modern era, Yeah, but remember, folks, the first time it happens, it's not a war crime. All right?
It's just an accident.
And that's just something that happened. Okay. They turned it into a war crime afterwards.
Gotcha.
We tease them. You know what? I'll tease the Canadians. I'll tease you Canadians, but I love y'all. Vancouver is probably, at least back in the 90s, was probably one of the most beautiful cities I've ever been to.
Dad still likes it. When they go through British Columbia, they like it. They say it's very beautiful. They have a problem with cell service there, but
Devil Dog's keeping track. Devil Dog knows exactly who those 7 neighbors that don't help out are. Not saying he's keeping a list. I'm just saying.
I would keep a list. I would definitely. Those are the ones that going to come asking for some stuff. So,
but we were talking. A lot of concern around here. A lot of concern. People getting to the point where we're not quite certain what's going to happen in 2 weeks. But the general consensus is that we are going to put our heads down and continue to do what needs to be done.
You just got to keep going. Got to make sure that everything's growing around here. Make sure that we get things in. I need to figure out my onion starts and get that stuff. I got seed, so I need to get those started so that they're ready to go in the garden for spring. I cannot even believe that we're here talking about that right now. Even garlic is coming up soon. I got to get a lot of that. I have a ton of seed, so I've got to get that into some dirt and get that going. Found some really good. It was at Walmart, and one of the Walmarts that's got the big grocery store and all of that in there. They had fresh plants. They had basil and rosemary and mint and that kind of thing. And I was like, man, if those lasted in the grocery store, because I've been watching them for a few months, and like those lasted, those are going to do really great. I think I'm just going to go ahead and pull those in. And so bought a couple more. So you're talking like $2 a piece. And I've got eight plants over there. I just need to get them into dirt and then get all of them watered. So that's pretty much most of what I do. Our licorice mint and that kind of stuff. The licorice mint took over. I'm going to have to figure something out with my herb garden, my kitchen garden. I think I'm going to start weeding some stuff out. And then did you see my sage has like taken over?
Has it?
Yeah. So
the Giffords are far north of the Alaska Highway.
Yeah.
That's north.
Yeah.
That's like
almost Russia territory, right?
No. But that's like uncomfortably cold in the winter north. Yeah, Devil Dog. I think that was a Santa joke. The whole thing where I was going to go with the being prepared thing. Tag said something on his live the other day. I wasn't able to watch it, but I was passing through the room as she was listening to it, and he said something that I don't think is repeated nearly enough. And you've kind of got a saying like that, but his was much more straight and to the point. He said, no matter what, every single day, you should do something that improves your position. Even if it's a little thing, even if it's one little thing and it's all you've got time to do, you should do it. And you should make sure that becomes a habit, because once you...
Well, and that's even includes collaborating with other farms and other people. Like, for example, Thunder Hill Farm. And so her and I, we did a collaboration a few weeks ago. We're going to do it again here in Kentucky. And then we've got something coming up that we're super excited for you guys. We're going to use some of her goods and my recipes. We're going to literally create recipes and teach you all how to cook it. And so we're excited about that. So that's helping them out. That helps us out. I get food put away and all of that. I'm a big one on food preservation. Must be done. It's important. So, and everybody plays a different role and a different position in their family as to what they do. Kids are going to be able to do a little bit more. And if that means that they can go harvest whatever, let them go harvest. If that means that you're in the kitchen, man or woman, and you're doing that, that means you're in the kitchen, you're cooking, you're canning, you're doing all that. And, so what? It's hot. So what? Suck it up. And so, this is why I'm like, outdoor kitchen would be great, and I suck it up, and, he'll come in. That's why we finally broke down and got the portable air conditioner.
That's why you broke down.
Dude, you told me to. You were like, grab it. He's coming in the kitchen and he's like, oh, it's hot in here. And then he looks at me and then he's like, oh, you're not okay. And I'm like, I am not okay. And so it gets hot. So,
well, and we were talking Saturday, and the topic came up of bulk food buying. So back when we first got involved with the group and started getting serious about it. All right, hippie cow, you got to do what you got to do, right, man?
Yep.
Right. But we were doing a lot of bulk food buying, and a couple of people that were there learning on Saturday, I'm not going to say relatively new, because it's not really.
Everybody's at a different stage.
Yeah, everybody's at a different stage, comparatively new. Is that a better term?
No, not necessarily, because I think they were. So, are you talking on the homestead front, or are you talking about prepping front?
Just the journey.
The journey. I think I would say the ones that are here are in the middle of it.
But I made the comment. We're to the point now to where we don't really have the need to stack prep food to the rafters anymore.
I don't know about that.
Well, we're moving. We've reached the point where we're moving to doing it differently and keeping the preps on the hoof and on the wing. You know what I mean? That's not a bragging thing or anything. It was just a statement of where we were. And I told everybody, I told Hacks and Son of Hacks that I really think that as a community, we need to get together and help those people that don't have the storage space and have not had the opportunity to get that sort of stuff done, because it's the near future is really up in the air. Let's see what's up. I'm part owner in 2 tobacco farms in Kentucky. One Relief, Kentucky, just outside of Paintsville. I don't have my glasses on.
Paintsville, Kentucky. 2 Rabbit Hash, Kentucky.
Close to Big Bone Lake, Salt Park.
Yeah.
So it's stuff like that. Investing in that stuff and making it so that if it gets crazy, that you're not hurting as bad. Hey, Tim.
Tim, what's up?
Hell, that brag away, brother. That's a great milestone to get past. Oh, you know what? It really feels.
We still need to get past, but
and it's not. And honestly, it's not brag. I'm not bragging, because when you're bragging, you're kind of rubbing it in people's face, and I don't want it to come off like that.
And I'm just going to be honest with you, it's a pain in the butt to have too many animals. So But what is the right amount, right? And so I don't know. And did you see our neighbor? Did you see the cute little chicken coop that they got in there?
They've had that for a month.
I know. So you saw it, and then I feel bad for him. I think I'm gonna grab one of the hens and take it over because, like, this poor chicken. I think there's only one in there.
No, there were 3 or 4, unless they lost them.
Oh, I don't know. It just looked like there was one in there, but maybe nobody was.
They got one of those little Tractor Supply for chicken.
Yeah, but hey, it's more than what they had. So.
Yeah. How do I find someone to buy half a cow from? Easy
peasy. So what you want to do, where I would start, is go over to freesteading.com, go up to the top right-hand corner and go to your state page. And then once you find your state page and see where everybody's at, just put in there that you're looking for half a cow. And somebody inevitably is going to have a cow, and they will sell you half a cow. Whether there's another buyer in it or not, they'll sell you half a cow.
Mm-hmm.
So, in fact, Kelly Farms, they do quarters too.
Yeah.
I usually do a whole cow. And then this last time I split my cow because I felt bad for a friend. And so I split my cow. And next time I'm just going to let her know that there's cows available. And she's going to have to get her own because I did not have enough beef. Like, there's plenty of steak back there, but we do a lot of ground meat and that kind of thing. So.
Well, and my other suggestion would be go talk to your local butcher. You know, the processor, and they will probably know somebody that does that, and they will turn you on.
That being said, to be specific, a meat locker, not a butcher.
That's why I said a processor. Somebody that processes a meat locker.
Yeah. And then you can also go in and tour those meat lockers so you can see how clean it is and that kind of thing. And you can see if they're USDA or if they're lousy and that kind of thing. If they don't let you in there to see, then don't use them. Yeah. And so we've been burnt on quite a bit.
I really miss the meat locker we used to go to.
In Nevada.
No, in Clinton.
No.
It was in Clinton.
Oh, you're right. Yes. Okay, different highway. I was thinking 13, but yes.
They started out. I used them for deer hunting before we even had our property. Well, no, I take that back. We started using them after we bought our property.
Yeah, because I only found that one because of Jody.
But we were using them for deer, and then we started using them for our sheep. And when we first started going there, it was a small Butler building doing it. And they were USDA certified, but they expanded and they built a whole brand new section, and it was really nice. And they were proud to take you through there. As long as they weren't processing USDA stuff, they take you on a tour of the facilities, and it was really nice and clean.
Man, even their hanging lockers, the freezers and stuff that were in there, just very professionally done. Do you remember what the name of that was? You can't miss it if you're driving through Clinton, Missouri. There's like a big hog on the side of the highway, and it tells you right where to go. Gosh, it's been so many years, I can't remember the name of it. But yeah, so it's a really good one. So if you're down around that area, even Kansas City, so I would drive 45 minutes to get our meat processed, and it was worth it. Definitely worth it. And he was actually joking on Saturday because Jesse was over here learning how to butcher. And Garen looked at me and he goes, Angela, he goes, how do you know that the goat meat is fresh when you eat at a freaking restaurant? And I turn around without hesitation. And I said, because there's hair in it.
Yeah.
And everybody just kind of gagged. But yeah, that's kind of what you get. You got to be careful.
You have to tell the story behind that. We were on a mission trip up in North Kansas City, and there's a bunch of African immigrants live in that area. And there's an East African restaurant right up there in the hood, and we were in the neighborhood, so we stopped and we ate there. And it was Ethiopian, and the Ethiopians, they have this, oh my gosh, I don't even remember what it was called, but they bring out this plate of stuff. It's like this big and it's stacked this high, and they bring you the flatbread, and you.
No, that's what you had.
That you just eat it.
We had to order from the counter. I did anyway.
But
I was sick.
You get in there and you knew it was fresh because there was hair in the meat. Yeah, she did not do too well.
I think I threw up on every corner on the way back. So, oh well.
Did she slip? Oh, there. I missed.
Speaking of being sick, y'all. PSA out there said something about it last night, and everybody was in here. You guys, I want you to be extremely careful when you go out, especially at our age. When we were kids, it was find a penny, pick it up all day long. You'll have good luck, and do not pick money up anymore. Within how long was it? So it takes me 10 minutes to get from co-op to get milk. And I started feeling sick there and then thought I was going to die by the time I got 10 minutes back to our house, and didn't stop and talk. I'm thankful Tracy wasn't there, because if she was, she probably would not have let me leave. You probably would have had to come and get me, but I was down for 4 days.
Yeah.
And I mean, to the point I tried to call Garen to take me to the hospital. I felt so bad the next day, and I couldn't even pick up my phone to do it. It was bad.
They were talking, and they think she got fentanyl poisoning.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just don't pick up money. That's the only thing we can contribute it to. And then going back, I was actually talking to Son of Hacks about that, and he's the one that pointed out. He goes, "I bet you this is exactly what happened." And I was like, "Oh my gosh, you're right," because I picked something off the ground. But thank God it was me, and I was able to get through it, because had that been a kid, I'm telling you that it would have been bad. Very, very bad. But just don't pick up money anymore. I know it sucks. But even Daniel was telling me that I guess the police officers now, they won't pick it up without gloves on now too.
Well, you remember your son stopped that rolling meth lab and almost ended up in the hospital.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
So down in southern Missouri, they don't have meth houses anymore. Well, a lot of them don't. They get a car and they cook it in the back, in the trunk, and they just drive around from place to place and park and do what they got to do. And so the police officers down there have a real problem. Is they'll do a traffic stop, and as they're getting into the car, they'll knock over something that's got meth drugs or meth chemicals in it, and it'll poison them. And our son just happened to roll on one that was in a hatchback, and he put him in cuffs and then opened up the hatchback, searching the car because they had illegal stuff on them, and ended up almost in the hospital.
Well, so then did that have fentanyl on it? Because I didn't think
that
meth will go through, because Dad and I were talking about that too. Cocaine, cocaine doesn't penetrate through your skin.
Meth does.
Meth does?
Yeah.
Maybe that was because you're breathing the chemicals and that kind of thing. But I don't know. I'm not a druggie, so I don't know.
But so yeah, so be careful that way. It's an evil world we're living in now. It's an evil world.
Well, just who does that?
Meth heads and fentanyl addicts.
It's just craziness. And so, are they purposely throwing that down on the ground, or you know what I mean?
Well, I don't know. I'm sure there's some a-hole out there doing that.
Crazy. Just you would never think that come to small town America, but it's here.
Yeah.
Hello.
But so that's what all's gone on in the homestead. Yeah, kind of did a lot this weekend, but I don't know, it was kind of low key. I'll tell you what, I was so tired yesterday. She left one of the dogs outside last night, or the night before, and at 3 o'clock in the morning, she woke me up. She was barking so loud. Or 2 o'clock. I'm sorry. It was 3. I was awake at 3 o'clock this morning. But at 2 a.m. yesterday.
Did I leave something on last night? I didn't think I did.
No, I went
to bed pretty.
Because I went to sleep at 8:30.
All right, true.
But I was so tired yesterday. I could barely function. I came home, forced myself to stay up to put the animals out on pasture. Got done, and it was like 8:45. I went in there and was asleep within 5 minutes.
Did you see what Brian said? Now you got to be careful, even shaking hands. He said shaking their hands can possibly get you high too.
Yeah.
I just never would have thought of that.
This is going to sound really bigoted. I really try not to shake hands with people that look like they're fentanyl addicts or meth addicts.
Yeah, but sometimes you don't know. So they don't necessarily always look like that. Remember, so let's go back to the 80s. Everybody that was doing cocaine, they were the rich kids. They weren't, you know what I'm saying?
I don't shake hands with people I don't know. It's not something that I've ever done. And if one of our friends is a meth addict and I'm shaking his hands, then we got problems.
Skeens, you live in a third world country too, but dang, I guess if you're going to be single and in a bar, you want to be careful with that. Not even just in a bar, because if it's business cards, that would be anywhere, even in the office.
On a business card.
Yeah.
I haven't heard of that one.
Me either. But
well, that was
nothing surprises
me. You remember was it last spring whenever they had the fentanyl laced Skittles?
Yeah, it was, because we had to be careful how we packaged them.
So there was something going around in the
like last year or the year before,
where they were packaging Skittles with fentanyl on them, and it was a huge thing for about 4 months.
Well, especially here, this county, and then also Atchison County. So we rated really high. There was a big warning. So one of the senators actually came out and was warning everybody, do not let your kids just take candy. But now they're putting all money in. Good luck. So that's any of my grandbabies be fighting over the money.
So it's not, no, it's not sugar.
Not sugar.
What's this? It could be even in public toilet located on the.
Oh, no joke. So when we were on our way out to Tennessee,
hold on a second. You guys are going to make it so I never want to leave the damn house again. I already have a hard enough time as it is.
You didn't see it. So, but guys don't really have to worry about it the way that girls do. And so I had never seen this before. And Patty, we went to the restroom. We stopped at that McDonald's in Tennessee, and it was on our way out to SRF. And she's
like, the Indian place?
No, it wasn't.
Or Pakistani or whatever.
Well, wherever that McDonald's and gas station. I'm not sure
that's one of the most disgusting places on the planet.
And so we got in there and used the restroom. Like, it's gone downhill since last festival because it wasn't that bad.
Really?
Time. Yeah. And,
all I know is I walked in the restroom and flushed the toilet, and it started pouring out all over the floor.
But wait, let me finish.
Okay, finish.
And so then I'm washing my hands and I hear Patty mumbling, and I'm like, "What are you mumbling about? What's wrong?" She's like, "I'm just so disgusted," and she's just going on and on. She's like, "Rah!" And so she's upset, and I'm like, "Why are you upset?" And she's like, "Did you check your paper towel roll before you got toilet paper out of there?" And it was like, "No, I never do. Why would you do that?" And she's like, come here. And so, she had already done her business and all that. And she brings me over, and the plastic case on it that shuts the toilet paper off so that you can't see it. Like, usually there's a lock on it. Now I understand why they're locked. And, but this one did not have locks on it. Apparently when people are shooting up, they take their needles and they stick it in the roll of toilet paper. And then that's how they clean their needles. Mm-hmm. And you could literally see puncture holes all throughout the toilet paper. And I was like, that is the most disgusting thing I've ever seen. So like, what if there was fentanyl in that? And then you're putting that in a very fragile area. Like, that would be bad. Yeah. That would be really, really bad. And you're talking about an area that would just absorb all of it. I couldn't imagine. But yeah, it was disgusting. I never seen anything like that. Here in the ghetto, they just throw the syringes in my yard. That sucks too. So, but
well, they know you'll pick them up for them,
right? Yeah, if you leave them out there and just kind of chain it off a little bit, maybe they'll stop.
Okay, I'm going to say this. It's going to make me sound extremely. It's not racist. It's a culture thing. All right, let's get one thing straight.
Yeah, it has to be a culture thing.
I am not.
There is no color to it.
Let's get one thing straight. Anybody that stumbles across this video needs to pay very close attention to what I'm about to say. I am not a racist. I am a culturalist. This BS about all cultures are created equal is just that. It's BS. There are some cultures out there that breed people that are nasty, filthy, disgusting human beings. They are bereft of ethics and morals. They treat life as something that's throwaway, and they do not care about anybody but themselves. Right. That's these cultures. All right.
And it's all income, all colors. We see it everywhere.
Well, I'm going to say this. Most of these cultures that I'm talking about are third world cultures that have been imported into our country. All right. With that said, the gas stations in Tennessee, once we cross the Tennessee border, it's as though almost all gas stations are owned by people from a stan, some stan country. and the quality of the facilities are extremely lacking.
Third world situations. I would expect that was something like when I went to the U.S. Virgin Islands and that kind of thing. Like St. Kitts was nasty, so dirty, and St. Kitts. That's what they reminded me of. The gas stations. It was like being in St. Kitts, and I don't know if anybody has been to St. Kitts and actually been out of where the ships dock, and you actually have to go on the island. You shop around. It is nasty, and that's what it reminded me of. It was just weird.
Well, so, and this is why we talk about morals and ethics and the Christian values that the United States is based on, and it's still it's slid a lot, but the morals and ethos behind the United States, the ethics that run the country are still Christian based, even if you're not a Christian.
That's an Eastern toilet. Lynn's like, do they have Eastern toilets? What's
they're Western style toilets, but they are nasty. I'd rather use a Benjo than
like using the hole in the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the St. Kitts has the hole in the floor. That was weird too. No, that was Barbados. That was Barbados that had the holes in the floor.
Well, it's different. It's different than a Benjo. A hole in the floor is way different than a Benjo.
Oh yeah, no, this is a hole in the floor.
Tim says he doesn't get any gas in any place that's not corporate Pilot or Buc-ee's.
Yeah, so Nicole Sauce and I were talking about that because when we showed up, I asked her, I said, what the heck is going on as soon as you cross the Missouri-Tennessee border? And she literally looked at me and she said, bring your own toilet paper. She said, BYT. And, you have to do that every time. So we will be packing toilet paper for Kentucky because I'm not playing.
Well, and here's the sad part about all this is, they make the argument, well, we're a nation of immigrants. Yeah, the immigrants that used to come here and that
wanted to be better.
The immigrants that still come here legally, they assimilated. They became Americans. All right. I'm gonna say the left, and it's not just the left.
Hey, Glenn.
It's that side of the political spectrum, the rhinos and all them. They think that just because you bring some person into the country, no matter what, they automatically turn into an American. And that's just not the case. Mm-hmm. That is not the case. And I am all for immigration. I am all for it. But the thing is,
I love it. Yes. Yes. A portable duvet would be great.
There you go.
Yes, that would be great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could make it little bladder underneath your arm.
Oh yeah. I bet you could.
It's not like I haven't thought of something like that before. Anyway, no, but and I'm all for immigrants. We need new blood coming in. We need people making more babies, but new blood's also good. But they have to want to become Americans. I don't want a Mexican that's living in America. All right. I don't want a Haitian that's living in America. I want a Haitian that wants to become an American. All right. Or I want a Mexican that wants to become an American, wants to assimilate, wants to learn the language, wants to become part of our culture, not the other way around.
It's not there anymore. I had to go get tables. So one of the tables broke and we've had 2 disappear. We can't figure out where those went. God only knows. And so I went to go get a couple more tables, a cutting board, and
what are you talking about?
Beer. When I went to Topeka today. I noticed it the other day when I went to Topeka, and then today it was very abundant. They're all speaking Spanish. It's in different dialects, but it's all Spanish. Nobody speaks English in the store anymore. And so, it's just weird.
Get canine kids. Human kids are overrated.
Yeah.
But and here's the thing. Here's the thing about it is we need to be very vocal and advocate for legal immigrants, and we need to help. We need to protect them as much as we need to protect ourselves, because honestly,
well, they're the ones that we want. They're the ones that are legal, that are coming over. They're the ones that we want. And so y'all know I roll my own tobacco and that kind of thing. And the tobacco store that I go to, I really like this guy, and he's an immigrant, and him and I talk, he knows, he's from one of the stands, and he knows communism. and he is very blatant, very upfront. He will let you know exactly how it works. He doesn't even like going home to visit family. He wants to see the family, but he can't stand the way that the country is ran. And anybody that's leaving a situation like that don't usually want to bring it with them. Unfortunately, we have a lot coming in that want to bring it with them.
Yeah.
So, but then our government promises it to them. And so, they get money, they $350,000 or whatever it is. Well, other people are dying. They get handed $750.
Okay.
Yeah.
Smart aleck. But and even then, I've known some people that were here illegally, that were good, solid people,
Mm-hmm.
and they were here. They wanted to become Americans. They just did it wrong, right? So, and it's a tough call.
Well, they did it wrong. They recognized that they did it wrong, and they were trying to redo it to try to figure out how to become a legal status.
Some of them were. So it's a tough thing to. It's a tough thing. I fly an F-15. There you go.
What?
If he's telling the truth, he says he flies an F-15.
Who said that?
Haven't heard.
Oh, there's Eric.
So we get. I don't. It's funny. I was watching. The thing that got me on this was I was watching the Lotus Eaters podcast, and they were talking about the population growth in Britain. And last year they had the highest percentage. It was like a little bit less than 1% population growth in the country last year, and 98% of that was illegal immigrants.
Yeah, and look at that. And then Tim's right. And so, he said old immigrants wanted to be Americans. They assimilated. Now they're coming in and they want us to assimilate to theirs. If I wanted to live in a third world country, I'd move there. I don't want to be there. One, we couldn't own what we have here in a third world country. And so, and even not even a third world country, his cousin married a gentleman from Scotland, and Charlie is Charlie is from England, but they met in Scotland. And so her and Charlie got married. She actually went back there. They were living in Edinburgh for 6 or 8 months. They lived there, and she ended up having to come back to the United States because they were sharing a flat with 2 other roommates because she couldn't work. Like Scotland, she was an American citizen. They wouldn't let her work. And so there was no jobs that could be done behind the scenes and that kind of thing. So you're talking about Scotland, Europe, and all that. They're doing that. Why are we allowing it?
It's a long, complicated answer. So I've mentioned it several times. I on other people's channel, I've mentioned it here. I think I'm going to do a video on anarcho-tyranny.
Rabbit's right. Rabbit will probably join you.
But
we just take them over.
I think I'm going to do a video on this because I've been reading about it and learning more and more about it. And if you apply the characteristics of anarcho-tyranny to the United States, they've been doing it to us for well over a decade now.
So so a lot of the Marxism, is that what you're saying?
No, they create.
It's different.
They create a situation of anarchy in order to impose their tyranny. And there's certain characteristics. There's certain characteristics to it. And off the top of my head, I couldn't tell you them all, so I'm not even going to try right now. But if you go through and you look at these characteristics that denote anarcho-tyranny, it describes America over the last 10, 15 years. Seriously. And it's really kind of creepy. But the reason why I think people need to know about it.
1984?
No, the reason why I think people need to know about it, because they say the same thing that she just said. Why? Why is this happening? Why is this stuff happening? And if you look at it and you look at what's going on, you understand why it's being done. All right?
Yeah, but see, like Randy says, short answer, the Democrats and their agendas. I don't know about that.
You know what?
I'm telling you, I see a divide, and it's not. You got farmers that are just divided right now.
Hey, Randy, it's not Democrats.
Yeah, no, there's something behind that. They're hiding behind the Democrats.
There are just as many people in the Republican Party that want that type of power and are willing to do. HG
just said it. Power.
They just couch it better. Well, and it's all everything's power. Everything's power. Actually. It's a little bit deeper than just straight power, because it's relational power is probably a better thing about it. I know it's quibbling over semantics and all that, but there's a distinction there. Let's see, because we've let it happen. Absolutely. Timotheus, hey, most importantly, turn from sin, live for Jesus Christ, draw close to God, and we end times plus. Yep. You know what? And here's the thing about it is, if you're a believer, you are never promised an easy time. In fact, we were told that there'd be some misery before. Yeah. In fact, we're told that it's going to be pretty darn hard. Yep. And here's the thing. Timotheus makes a great point. He makes a great point. I actually did a video on this the other day, but I deleted it because it didn't really turn out the way I wanted. But the thing is, we're reaching a point, and you should have been doing this a long time ago, but you need to get right with whatever your higher power is. If you're Christian and it's God, or you're Buddhist and it's Buddha. And I'm quite open about my dislike of Islam. But even if you're an Islamist, you need to get right with your higher power. Not tyrannical. No, not tyrannical. Tyrannical Islamists, no. No, but you need to get right. Because that's not right, and you know that. Because there's, I think Christianity is the road, the way to go. But we're coming in times where if you don't have some sort of grounding of some sort in whatever you believe in, you're not going to make it. Randy, that is such a loaded question. That is a loaded question. Hold on a second. Let's see what he said. Okay, question. Who is the puppet master that is pulling the strings behind the scenes? Satan. So there's Satan on that, and then I think that Satan has his little cult that's going on. If anybody noticed, all of a sudden Obama and him and Mike have both been coming up, and now they're campaigning for Kamala. And then there's a commercial now that has, is it Kevin Spacey and some other ones? It's got a camel in it. It goes, whoop, 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 Mike, whoop, whoop. But so they're doing a campaign, and she's running her campaign, like literally having these movie stars, people that would think, here are your top 3 favorite men in America. And they pull out 3 of the most like Marxist white people ever. And they get in there, and they're not dads. They can't just be dads. They're girl dads. And so when you introduce yourself, you're going to have a problem because you just don't have girls. So you now have to introduce yourself as, I'm Garen, and I'm a girl dad and a boy dad. Like, this is really the crap that's coming through. And it's just craziness. And then there was somebody else that got on, didn't catch the name because I was screaming at the car in front of me that wouldn't move and get out of the way. You cannot do 65 and a 70 mile an hour and be on the fast side, the passing lane. That is like a no-no. What is wrong with you people? So just get over so I can move over. And, but so I was frustrated over that. And there was somebody that came up and was talking about Kamala Harris, and white people need to be handed what they deserve, and shame on us, and we need to pay if we don't vote for Kamala Harris. So now they're putting race into it. So now the election has turned into a race thing. Are you kidding me? We've already had a black president. How does that make everybody racial? Brian, or racist? I'm peanut butter and jelly tonight. What's that? He said you are what you eat, so he's Mr. Hungry tonight. And eating. But and it's easy to get blackpilled. It's easy to let everything that's happening bother you. I made a comment Sunday to somebody. I said, you know what really bothers me? And he went into a whole spiel about part of Jew and Hindu. What? No, she's not. He went into this. He went into this whole thing about how he's not concerned about it, and I had to explain to him. I said, okay, I'm not concerned, but this is the stuff that I think about. All right. I'm not losing sleep about this. Believe it or not, of everything that's going on in my life, the politics and what is coming after November 5th doesn't even register on my radar when I go to bed. I got so many more important things to think about.
Other stuff to do.
You know,
so much other stuff to do.
But there are people out there. There are people out there that it's consuming them, and it's really driving some people nuts, right?
So I don't know if you caught it, Terminator. We had our live last night, and we were on it, and some troll jumped in, and it's like, how come the girl down at the bottom, her house, like they don't even have the money for drywall and this kind of thing? And I'm like, I looked at both her and Ashley, and I said, can I just speak my mind? And they were like, yes. And I'm like, okay. And I used some language, and I said, because her house burned down. Some people have their houses burned down and they have to rebuild, and you can't do everything all at once. And if you're offended by it, then go up to Canada, bring her the drywall, and help her build it. Like, don't be that person. Like, what is wrong with you coming in on our lives and then trying to figure that you're going to tear somebody down like that? No.
I had some person that commented, the things that people focus on just blow my mind sometimes. I did the video of the dogs wanting to go outside. I thought they were just being cute, and so it was a lady, at least by the username, got in there and said that our house was disgusting because the window on the front door was dirty.
I disgusted rabbit. Well, if y'all are disgusted because my windows are dirty, feel free to come pitch a tent and live on this dirt road and clean my freaking windows every day.
Look, you made Rabbit drink last night. You embarrassed him so bad.
I'm excited that somebody's volunteering to come clean my windows. That you can't live on a dirt road and have clean windows.
You can't have 3 dogs and have a clean window.
There's that too. There's that too.
If they're not licking it, they're sticking their wet noses on it or rubbing their dirty body against it. Or just, oh my gosh,
rolling in the mud and then going, I want in. And yeah, no, it's a hot mess. So
Tamara says you two would get in trouble.
Yeah, probably would. But I don't know. Skeens is awful damn determined that Tamara's coming up here and we're going to get to play.
Look, we still got a warning on our channel because of her, and it wasn't even our video.
Garen's like, can you do the live by yourself? I need to load the trailer. And I'm like, I guess. And he goes, no. He goes, can you do the live by yourself without getting us canceled? And I'm like, I think so.
That would be a pup-tina. They're HG, not a pup-tina. A pup-tina. Let's see here. Don't stop by our farmhouse if you want perfection.
Right. Right. You know, there's so people just don't understand. I mean, I don't care what kind of doormat they make. There is nothing that keeps all the chicken poop, the goat poop, the turkey poop. There's just nothing that keeps it out. And then fertilizer and all that. Like right now I have sage all over my floor. Onions and sprouts. I dropped the sprouts. Vinegar. And it's just, that all happened within a day. That was all today. And so 2 of them I was cussing because it was like back to back within a half an hour. I'm like, oh, because of course, it's stuff that I need for Friday. But yeah, so yeah, I if you want perfection, right? That's like we get on the girls' live, everybody's like, yeah, let me see your kitchen. And like, no, I'm not showing you.
It's neurotic behavior, not perfection.
Right.
Okay. So Randy Pitts agrees with your country patina. That would actually make a decent t-shirt. It's not dirt, it's patina.
Right. There is a color patina. We could just paint the house patina and then nobody would see the dirt. We could do that.
Oh yeah, we're getting rid of the light colored paint at some point.
It's got to go.
It's got to go.
Got to go.
Because everything
driving me nuts.
Everything just looks brown all the time.
Yeah. It's like, what is that? And then you're wiping it and you go, oh yeah, no, not so new. That's dirty. And then even it's so bad, like on this dirt road. So we're kind of surrounded and we're in the valley. So the gravel, the dust and everything comes over. Anybody on my road, I am so not ashamed. Anybody on my road knows because they're dealing with the same thing. Literally, you can have stuff in the cupboards, but you have to wash it when you take it out. So it has to be washed and then use it. So yeah, you double your work, but it's worth the freedom, I guess. If I'm only a slave at my sink.
That's one of the good things about going out to the festivals a day early. I get it. I get a chance to wipe everything down because everything's dusty.
Mm-hmm.
I'm living in my house, not trying to sell it. There's always something that needs cleaning here, you know. And I've got that undiagnosed OCD, and I'm not gonna lie.
You're doing better though.
I am not gonna lie. The outside right now is driving me nuts because I've been trying to get that burned up tree topped off and all that. I've got stuff laying around the greenhouse that needs to be picked up, and there's just it's terrible.
And then so it's taken me a long when we were in Pleasant Hill, it was a little bit easier. We had the dirt roads, but it wasn't as highly driven.
And it wasn't as dirt.
Yeah. And so I had dust, but not like I do here. And things just didn't get dirty like they do here. And so I'm constantly fighting. There's constantly something to be doing. Like I would totally be okay if you want a second wife. Like she just has clean house.
I could barely stand
Girls, if you clean house, take directions from me on cooking, and we're all good. We'll figure something out. And I'm just joking. Somebody's going to take that seriously, and then the whole sister wife is going to be like way gone.
Billy's going to watch this and hear about
Somebody's calling him right now. But anyway, it just wasn't like that. And I know his OCD because he's like, he'll come in and he's like, you know what you need to do today? And then I get a list. Boom, 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 boom. And then he's also doing really great too. And I'm like, if I get to it, it'll get done, but feel free to do it if it's important right now. And so now we're getting a little bit better about that. My feelings aren't hurt so much because it used to be when we first got here, he would say things and I felt like I was a bad housewife.
Not very good. You've never been really good at housewife.
Shut up. I always kept your house. So
we had to hire cleaners.
No.
Since we moved to Pleasant Hill, we had cleaners.
I wanted to, and I could afford it. We could afford it, and that's why we did that.
And why did you do that?
I would hire a cleaner now, but I'm too damn embarrassed for them to come clean my house. Like, not gonna lie. And
that's why you have the house sitter do it.
Right. So
we'll come back to a clean house this weekend. It's gonna be nice.
Well, and I'm not leaving Fee with a bunch of crap either. So like last time, it was pretty bad, and so I'll have a lot of it under control. It's just gonna be cluttered a little bit. So. It is what it is. It's how festival rolls. So, yeah, hotel camping. Yeah, but they're not staying at the same hotel with us.
You're supposed to get with everybody and be at the same hotel with everybody.
So that did not happen, and my hotel is already reserved because I told you. I even messaged you where we were staying. So, I'm at some kind of Inn and Suites, and I thought it was the same one that Chuck was at, but I'm not sure. But, if you guys don't communicate with me, I get that anxiety where before a certain, I just got to know where I'm going and what I'm doing. And everything has to be written down or pictures taken and that kind of thing. So I know where we're going. And last week was it. Like it needed to be done.
Congratulations, Brian. That is awesome.
What happened?
He's getting to move into his ranchette in 7 days.
His what?
Ranchette.
Oh,
small
good.
Ranch.
Nice.
Pat says she'll come clean it for free if you pay for her gas and you'll feed her.
You will. Are you in New Mexico? Because that could be more expensive than me hiring a Mexican, right?
That's true.
So, which Andrea wasn't Mexican, but they tend to be not as expensive.
Susie would rather be riding her horse than indoors cleaning the house.
Oh, that's no joke.
Here's my thing. And ladies, you can rail on me all you want. I do not care. If you spend 30 minutes to an hour every day just picking stuff up and getting the clutter put away.
Not here. It's longer than that.
But if you spend an hour, it doesn't build up as quick and it doesn't look as bad. Oh, Pat says she's in Kansas.
Is she? Okay, yeah. I'll take you up on it, Pat.
Hey, Grateful Heart.
You just can't tell anybody what my house looks like. But yeah, no, yeah, I don't know. I forgot what I was gonna say. It was important though.
But again, that's one of those things. It becomes a habit.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. But then, so when you're as busy as I am and you're doing that, like literally, I'll do one project and then I get that cleaned up, so everything's clean, looks great. And then I go in for the next project, and I'm like, okay, then I'll go clean that, and that looks great. Then I go in for another project, and then dishes sit in the sink overnight, and I'm not saying anything bad, but then because I have one dish in the sink, like a mixing bowl or something like that, all of a sudden that means just go ahead and throw all your dishes in there. And you don't take your dishes out of your bag from work for days.
My dishwasher is making a noise right now.
No, it's not.
Yeah, can't you hear it? You guys can hear it, can't you?
Stop. So
it's making an irritating noise.
He thinks he has a kitchen fairy and a laundry fairy. Well, actually, you got over the laundry fairy. I had a laundry fairy this week. Thank you for helping me.
Don't listen to her. She has not done my laundry since 1992.
Well, that's what I said. You got over it. You actually did my laundry. You were switching it out.
She has not done my laundry since 1992.
Now tell him why.
Because she doesn't do it properly.
Right. What's properly?
She just takes her shit and folds it willy-nilly and stuffs it into a drawer, where if you fold it properly, you can get way more clothes in there and they look nicer when they come out.
He wants like underwear has to be rolled and socks have to be rolled, not tucked. And like, there's all kinds of rules. Towels have a certain way. Like literally he took 2 days of classes to show me how to fold a towel. Still is not folded the way you like them, but it is what it is. They're close enough.
I decided to quit fighting it because I had to have my uniforms looking a certain way and she wouldn't do it. Or couldn't do it. That's
not true. I used to iron his uniforms, and I even had the cardboard, so I get everything done. And so I was really proud. I did such a good job. And he had inspection, and literally his boss knew. You just got married, didn't you?
Yeah, because it was done wrong.
Well, stop.
What? It's the truth. It's the truth. If you listen,
I'm just saying that's what a dry cleaner.
Yeah, at that point in time, we couldn't afford dry cleaners.
I mean, on base you could.
No, even then we couldn't.
I don't know. I don't know that I ever priced it out.
I'm not gonna lie, guys. I like a good dry cleaner. Having my shirt starched and my dress pants done properly, that's a nice.
I could have just ran them over to Quantico. I was over there all the time. I could have just looked at Quantico and seen how much the dry cleaner was, because they're right there by the PX, so not a big deal.
Absolutely, Glenn.
What's that?
Rolled underwear.
Military school and Marines. I'm telling you, something wrong with you guys. My closet
drawers would still pass. Yeah, mine won't. Mine won't. I do. I mean, all the shirts are hung facing the same way, and I try to put stuff in nice and neat, but it's just, I quit fighting it. My son dresses some fancy mill rolling thing, his stuff too. No idea how he does that. You know what it reminds me of? Like on Big Bang Theory. I was thinking like Young Sheldon, but it was Big Bang Theory. And he's down there in the laundry room with Penny. And every time he's doing laundry, he's got like this folding mat. And I saw that. I almost bought you one. I saw it probably about a year and a half ago. I haven't seen them since. Those aren't folded properly. See, right? Those are folded like a department store. Okay, well, I'm just saying. And so like you lay the t-shirt out and then one side comes over, the other side comes over, and then the top and that kind of thing, and it's all done for you. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just like, this is what irons are for. Just put it where it goes, get it put away, nobody can see it, pull the iron out and do all that. Well, and I'm with you, Gregory. I'm not allergic to it. It's just I'm busy doing other things. Allergic to what? Laundry? A vacuum cleaner and other indoor chores. No, he is busy doing other things. There's things he does outside that I couldn't do. I do help in here. Yeah, you do. I do help in here. You cannot deny me that. I wish you'd help me figure out the pest problem in the bathroom, though. Did you see that? Those black flies. They're not back, but I think they're like dwindling, but I'm not really sure. I think that needs to be resealed. You need to look at it and tell me what to do with it. Randy, I get that. There's a couple times that I have done laundry. But I learned. I've learned to take things that are fluffy out of the wet clothes and lay them out so they can air dry. Except for what? Except for expensive Scottish wool sweaters. That green one? I did not. You did do that. No, I didn't. It was laying on top. It was washed, and I laid it on top of those towels so it could dry. Selective memory. No, I took it out so it could dry. It can wash. It just can't be put in the dryer. You washed it. I washed it. And I took it out and laid it on top of the dryer so it could dry. No. That's this last sweater. No, yes, you did. And you did a good job. That did not shrink. That is where it's supposed to be. Sweaters in a long time. Expensive ones that I got at Highland Festival. Let's see. Yes, you did. With all the work you guys have to do, Liv, to get your place situated, don't sweat the small stuff. Yeah. You just can't you just pick and choose your battles, So the house cleaning is kind of done. Yeah. You know, and again, if
you're over here visiting us to look at our house, you're in the wrong spot.
Yeah.
So you're either here to see us or, you know, and we're not slobs. We're just trying to get half a house done. And we're trying to move 2,800 square feet into, right now we're living in, what is this, 1,200 on this section?
Yeah. Well, we got it to about 1,300 now.
Well, oh yeah, because you did the other room. But so you know, you're trying to take double the house and put it into a small thing. Of course it's going to be cluttered. And so, you know, this will never be perfect. And I've already come to reconcile that. The only way is if I can get a bubble put over my house that no dust. I don't have to purify everybody before they come in.
like a positive pressure dome.
So remember that fan, like before you go in that convenience store in Tennessee, in Camden, or just coming out of Camden.
Oh yeah,
it's got this wind blower.
There's a
That's what I need.
There's a convenience store right before you get on the highway in Camden, Tennessee, that when you walk through the door, they've got an air curtain that it's not blowing constantly.
Just when you walk in the door.
As soon as the door opens up, it blows, but it blows straight down on you. And
we're in and out kind of.
You're like halfway through the door and this wall of air just blasts you.
So what? I'm coming to visit you, not your house. Well, yeah, this is why you sleep on the recliner. I'd love to have a bed for you, but you like recliners.
Hopefully next spring that'll be.
Then we'll have to put a recliner in there for her. She won't sleep in the bed.
Okay, that's fine.
She likes the recliner. Not possible, Yoda. Yeah.
Timotheus is in Camden, Georgia.
Yeah.
Well, this is in Camden, Tennessee.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that was.
Is it outside Camden though? I think it's the exit to go to.
Camden. Yeah, it's the exit onto 40.
Yeah, no, super funny, but that's what I need. That would be perfect.
I'll tell you what, guys. Do you have any other subjects you guys want to talk about before we go? Any current topics? Current news or anything like that? It is 8:10. And I really need to get out. It is pitch black. I need to get the animals out on the pasture tonight for at least.
I think I'm going to go ahead and do the cookies tonight, so I can just focus on cinnamon rolls. Since now I have to make more. So.
And I'd love to stay and talk with you guys because this has actually been pretty enjoyable tonight. I've really enjoyed this. Lots of good banter going on.
Rabbit's like paralyzed in a recliner now. He'll never get out.
Yeah.
Oh, she slept in a bed at Misty's for 2 days. There you go.
Well, we had a recliner that was like molded to her butt at one point. That very first one we got in Pleasant Hill that you loved, that you slept in all the time.
The one we have now that's over here.
No, the one before the electric one.
Oh, this isn't the electric one. Yeah, no, this isn't. Yeah, so there was I don't even know where we got that from, but that's not the one that I picked up for Mom. I don't think.
I don't know.
But I think Dad still.
All right, night, Lucy. Timotheus, you stay safe too. Yeah, I would love it. I know I promise this. Well, I don't promise it. I say this every time, and I actually did it last time. I actually did a live from Kentucky Sustainable Living. I will make a concerted effort to do something so you guys can see what the festival is.
I have people asking for Mom and Dad especially asking for tape of the canning class on Friday. So we need to see where Jason
they're going to do that. I'm not going to step on it.
They?
I guarantee they always tape their classes.
No. Speakers, not classes. No. That's my class. So we need to do that, but it's not going to go on basic. It's going to be part of the membership. So
let's see. Let's Rabbit said, I need to enjoy Macanudo vintage. Oh, Rabbit,
I don't know where local prepper is. I picked up his brandy today.
Oh yeah.
So he's got his brandy coming.
Poison.
And he is not an expensive man. He can stick around.
Rabbit, we can do that. I don't smoke cigars as nearly as much as I used to.
Maybe would be a special occasion.
Maybe once or twice a year, but I would.
You would with.
I would risk my health for you on that thing.
Get some LP's brandy, and then the cigars. You guys just sit down together and
look. There was nothing like sitting down on that front porch of that old house.
So Rabbit's just trying to figure out how to get Skeins up there. So Rabbit, it'd probably be easier for you to just come here. So, I don't see her stopping through. I know that girl inside and out, and she will not compromise her integrity. So the only way you're going to get to hang with her is if me or some of the other girls are around. So, yeah, but she's just not that person. But look at that. She says, I'm down for that, Rabbit. Yeah, well, let's see what she says. She's either stopping in Missouri or she's coming to Kansas. One of the two. I bet she's coming to Kansas.
All right, guys, listen. Like I said before, the future is very murky. There's so many different paths that it could take that it's mind-boggling.
Just don't make it muddier than it needs to be.
Yeah. Don't let it bother you too much. Do not let it consume you. November 6th, I did the video about civil disobedience and a national strike if certain things happened. Here's the deal. November 6th, you're going to wake up and it's going to be the same exact world it was when you went to bed on November 5th. Oh. And no matter what happens, the stuff that you're going to deal with on a daily basis is going to remain the same. So don't.
Oh no, it's got to be Kansas. So yeah, Rabbit, come on.
Yeah, it's what it seems like sometimes.
Yeah, huh? Censored. Definitely censored.
My ability to be shocked. I used to think that there was a point where I could not be shocked anymore, and they proved me wrong on a regular basis.
Almost every day.
But listen, guys, don't let it consume you. If things don't go the way you want or the way they should in a sane and logical world, don't lose your stuff. Don't be like the other side and go screaming at trees and breaking stuff. All right. There's a time and place for stuff like that. And November 6th is not the time as far as I'm concerned. Mm-hmm. That could change. I could wake up November 6th and decide it's time to go.
Stop.
Well, no, you could. Something could happen. You never know. I'm not going to rule out. I am not going to rule out exercising my Second Amendment right. I will never do that. I will never do that.
Well, Brian, you say nothing ever goes as planned for you. That just means you're earning it. So you're just one of those people that you're going to have to earn everything you get.
Nobody ever said liberty's easy.
Right.
Nobody said that being free is a easy path. Okay, remember, most blessed to he who lives free and bold and nurse. And I can't read that. And nurses never a grief. For the fearful man is dismayed by aught, and the mean one mourns over grieving. Yeah. Look at Rabbit being all
poetic.
All poetic.
It's all because Gaines agreed to hang out with him now.
Sell on Pepto-Bismol for all those that might lose their stuff.
So he was totally getting on to me because when we were stacking, I did all the Pepto-Bismol tablets and then I did the Gas-X and all of that. John. And Garen looked in the tub of everything that I had and he's like, what are you planning on doing when SHTF happens? And I said, I'm planning on being prepared. Just want to make sure everybody's taken care of. Nerves are going to be acting up and that kind of thing. Make sure everybody's stomach is taken care of. So can't have no sewer smells around me. Not at that time.
Jonathan, I will not be in Bible study on Thursday.
Yeah,
we'll be
setting up.
We'll be setting up in Kentucky, and plus we're going to have
We'll probably end up at dinner too.
Yeah, so. we'll have the dinner.
Well, that's on Friday night, and then guys, so this too. So if you're still you're going to Kentucky for Caleb House. The fundraiser is Saturday night. Make sure you go ahead and reserve and then get that fundraiser paid. It goes to a great cause. Bear Independent is actually doing some great stuff down there. A hell of a lot more than what our government's doing, that's for sure. And
Caleb House is the human trafficking side of his operation.
It is, but
that didn't sound right. It's the anti-human trafficking side.
Well, I knew what you meant. Now you know why I had a problem when I talk about that. But so I knew what you meant. But you know, it's still everything goes in. It's for a good cause. And he has been so busy. Hopefully we'll get to see him in Kentucky. I think that was the plan before Helene came in, but we'll see what happens. They're doing good work.
He was back in Oklahoma last week.
Was he?
Yeah.
Well, I know everybody was kind of taking a break and they were heading straight back there. So William was too. If you guys are curious as to what's going on, you can check out Bear Independent. He's telling the truth. If you can get to the videos before YouTube takes them down. And William and Billy Bonnet, Permanent Pasture Farms, are also telling the truth. Yeah, pimp cast. So
people, haters gonna hate, but the pimp ain't got no time for it.
So, yeah, some of the stuff that's going on there is just egregious. Is absolutely horrible. I can't believe it. But anyway, you get me started on that, I will be canceled. You want to know more about it? Get in front of me in Kentucky, and I will fill you in on the truth and everything that is going on there.
We are our own first responders, people. Remember that.
Yep. That includes for your neighbors too.
That's why Chuck's class is so important.
Yep.
All right, guys, listen. Almost 8:20. It's been a great night.
No, that's behind. We lost power for about 5 minutes. Yeah.
We've been at this for an hour and 20 minutes, so it's 8:20.
Well, I thought you were looking up there. You said 8:18.
You guys have a great week, seriously. Yeah. And I will promise. I don't promise stuff very often, but I promise this: I will make a concerted effort to.
That's what you said at SRF.
To get, well, and I tried getting alive. It just didn't work.
Know, if we have to, we'll just, there's a bunch of us big talkers in there. We'll just grab a group and then go sit out. We can sit on Jason's front lawn in the dark or tailgate of the truck or something, and then do something. But yeah, so hey guys, like I always tell you, and I truly mean this, and try to figure it out. Tomorrow be at least 1% better than you were today.
What she's saying is go do something every day to make your position better.
Yep.
All right, guys, and seriously, go. You want to help the channel out? Go check out the affiliate links down below. If you're not a subscriber, go ahead and subscribe. And most importantly, go out tomorrow and live a life done free. Yep. Take care.
Night, guys.
Not yet. Okay. What the heck?
Oh, M came in too.
Oh, hey, M. A little bit late.